The selfish guy. The arrogant guy. Self-absorbed. He's so in love with himself. He seems so busy advancing his career, increasing his status, increasing his bank account, pursuing his passions. He obviously is a narcissist and selfish with his time. He doesn't slow down for his woman, his friends, or his family. So greedy. What a prick. Am I right? Does this sound familiar? Does this sound like someone that your friends are talking about? Maybe you've had these thoughts about someone else. I think it's pretty common to say, we don't want to be arrogant. I'm not selfish. I'm not greedy. I'm respectful. I'm humble. I'm a nice guy. Well, let's think about this. Isn't it strange that the guys that you can picture in your mind that are arrogant and selfish are typically the guys that get the most girls, get things done, make shit happen? The men who put aside everything else just to focus on their goals tend to solve the biggest problems, have the most success, make the biggest money. As a side note, you probably have heard plenty of women complaining about a guy that's so cocky and so full of himself, and yet they can't stop talking about that guy. And time again, women keep sleeping with those type of guys. Hey, the dark triad traits are a real thing. It's like catnip for women. And all the non-arrogant nice guys are stuck in the friend zone, always listening to her stories about Mr. Arrogant and how he fucked them so good, but then never calls them. What's going on here? Isn't it strange? Do you really have to be a selfish, self-absorbed man in order to get the success, the women, and the money that you want in life? Well, yes. Yes, you do. But it's not exactly what you think. In fact, as we explore further, being self-absorbed and focused completely on your own happiness is the most unselfish thing that you can do. Here's some semi-rhetorical questions for you. What does it really mean to be selfish? What does it actually mean to be in love with yourself? Would putting yourself and your life first make you a bad person? Why? Would being unashamedly in love with yourself be immoral? If you desire to be a virtuous and good person, should you hate yourself instead? Loathe yourself instead? Put yourself below others? When you really start to digest these questions in your mind, doesn't it all kind of seem ridiculous? We're all humans, so we have emotions. And we're all humans, so we make assumptions. The human brain is an assumption-making machine. It would be impossible for us to get through our day if we had to think of 500 different outcomes for every single action we take. So we make quick assumptions, we learn through doing, and we assume that everything's gonna be about the same. But sometimes we need to take a step back and re-examine our initial assumptions. Oftentimes, when we see someone who is loud and proud, who is incredibly in love with themselves, letting the whole world know how great they are, we tend to assume that they're a bad person. We assume that because they love themselves so much, they must dislike everybody else. Is that true? We assume that because they are happy with the good things that are going on in their life, that they are also wishing bad things to happen to everybody else. We assume that because they're so focused on winning, that they also desperately want everybody else to lose. Of course, there's plenty of people that are like that. There are clinically diagnosed narcissists and sociopaths in this world, absolutely. However, oftentimes we are simply jealous of seeing somebody else win, seeing somebody else so comfortable in their own skin and so happy with their life. And it makes us, the observers, feel bad because we're not living our best life, because we're not out there winning too. We're envious of the things that that person has, but we have a million excuses as to why we can't, or why we shouldn't, or why it's wrong. For me personally, it's been the fear of appearing arrogant and self-absorbed that has held me back from achieving all the things that I've wanted to in my life. I felt it was wrong to truly love myself. I thought it was virtuous to always doubt and criticize myself, to self-deprecate. I felt I was being selfish or foolish, to drop everything and focus on what I really wanted to get out of life. But now that I've matured and grown, I finally see the truth. And the truth is, men, if you want to help others, you will help yourself first. The better and stronger you become in your own life means the better and more capable you will be to assist other people in your life that you care about. Loving yourself first opens the gateway to loving others as fully as you can. In my opinion, it's selfish to not put your life first. Let me explain this as an analogy. Let's say you and your family and friends are on a boat, and then that boat capsizes. Now everybody's in the water and floundering, trying to keep their heads above the waves. If you're drowning, how are you going to save everybody else from drowning? If you're able to find a life preserver and get your arm around it, now you're safe. You're good. You don't have to worry about drowning anymore. Now you have the ability to swim out and grab up one by one the people that you care about and take them to shore. You helped yourself first, and now you had the ability to save everyone else. Every time you go on an airplane, what do they tell you? Put your oxygen mask on first and then help others. If you can't breathe and you pass out, there's no way you're going to be of any use to anyone else around you. The point is, if we as men make ourselves the priority, our mental health, our physical health, our love lives, our social skills, our money, our passions, if we put all of those things first and become the best men we can possibly be, everyone else around us benefits immeasurably. This may all seem like some woo-woo fantasy shit, but I am dead serious about this. Stop selling yourself short. Stop allowing guilt and fear of being called arrogant or selfish get in the way of you becoming the greatest man that you ever could be. The best option for you and for everyone else in your life is that you put yourself first. A man takes care of himself so that he can take care of others. Your happiness is top priority. Do what it takes to win. Do what it takes to be the best man that you can possibly be. I'm Chris. This is Action Savage. I love you, man.